Do you know anyone that has an owner's manual for their life? Because I'm still looking for someone that may have one out there and I can't find them. So, because I didn't have an owner's manual, what I did is I listened to my parents, family, teachers, classmates, and here's what I was told: life is easy. It's easy to be successful. So, first, you have to go to school and get super good grades. So, my mom told me to go and be a doctor or an engineer, and that my life would be great if I went for those professions. So, the better the grades, the better the job, and your life is set, right? So, if you're like me, that's where I already messed up. If you went to the same school that I went to, you're working hard, you're financially done, you're happy, and everything in your life is okay. If that is not okay and you're dissatisfied with the way your life is right now, I want to share a few things with you that happened to me. Growing up, I often heard that money doesn't grow on trees. If that's not the case, where does it grow at then? Can you think of some other things that were told to you being little that were 100% not true? From a young age, I always had the eye for the shiny and finer things. I remember seeing a Camaro or Mustang with my dad one day, and I asked, "Why don't we get a car like this, Dad?" And he said, "Nah, we don't need something like that. It's too extravagant." That was also the day that I decided that when I grow up, I'm going to have those finer things. Okay, so fast forwarding to my teen days, I went out and got myself a job and I did what regular employees do. And I would just do what I was told. Do you remember your very first job? I remember mine, and all I can say is that it was really hard work for little money in return. Does that sound familiar? It literally feels like you're told what to do. I mean, they tell you to, get married, get a house, have some kids, maybe get a dog or a cat. And what you do is you get out there and you work. I don't know about you, but anytime I worked, there was always more months at the end of the money. And I struggled to put some funds aside in savings for the rainy days, right? And if I did, bingo, that money would disappear in a heartbeat. Because the check engine light would come on the car in the dash, or I'd end up spending the money on something that I didn't really need. And you and I know how that gets when you have a credit cards or credit cards. But anyways, another question for you is, have you ever been at the wrong place at the wrong time? I remember working at a call center as a customer service representative. And, it was a company that was under contract for a bigger company. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they were out of that contract, which resulted me in being out of a job literally overnight. What would you do? Think about that for a second. If someone told you today that, the one source of income that you have is cut out, what would you do? It's situations like those that really changed me. And, I said to myself, there must be a better way in life. So I went to university and I dropped out just after a year in the program. And that was after graduating from college. What I noticed is that majority of the people that would study in a field would either not end up with the job that they studied for, or they would be so underpaid for the position that they got that they would absolutely hate it. So I said to myself, that's it. I have to be my own boss. I was already familiar with the internet to look things up. So I'll never forget the first time that I actually looked up how to make money online in one of the search engines. I remember looking through a couple pages and the one guy got my attention with his video. So one of the things that he said was, Approach everything with an open mind. The mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work unless you open it. I didn't quite understand what he was talking about after that, but the one thing I noticed is that something popped up on the side of the video that I was watching, and it was a book recommendation for people that wanted to get wealthy. And that book was called The Science of Getting Rich. Don't know if you read that book yet, but if you didn't, I will send you a link to where you can, download it for free if you stay until the end of this little presentation here. And it's actually one of my top 3 books of all time, among Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Think and Grow Rich, which I can also share with you for free at the end of this. So The Science of Getting Rich was published in 1910, and people like Andrew Carnegie read it too. If you look him up on Google, you will see that in today's day, he'd be worth 3 times more than Bill Gates and his wealth. So not sure why the principles in that book wouldn't be taught in school, but it not only helped Andrew Carnegie become the wealthiest person on earth, but he was so blown away that he hired a guy named Napoleon Hill, who was known as a reporter at the time, to do over 500 interviews with some of the wealthiest people on the planet to find out what they all had in common. So Napoleon Hill is the author of Think and Grow Rich, which was published around the 1930s and is one of the best-selling books of all time. That book helped me change and improve my mindset, and I want to share the concepts in it that can help anyone to be happier, be more fulfilled, and go for the better lifestyle of freedom and abundance for years to come. So the first concept that I want to share with you is other people's ideas. You don't have to be intelligent to be successful and wealthy. Henry Ford did not invent the automobile. Mercedes-Benz did. He took the concept over to the United States and he built as many cars as possible, as quickly as possible. If you take a look at Google, it wasn't the first search engine. Netscape was. If you take a look at Facebook as another example, it was not the first major social media platform to be out there. MySpace was. Mark Zuckerberg took the idea and made it better. So you can take an idea, learn to market it the right way, and create a major impact in the world. So I was always told that I had to be educated and have all these degrees to make it in life, and that was not all true. So the second concept that I want to share with you is other people's efforts. Did you ever hear the quote that says, "I'd rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of mine"? Well, it's actually John D. Rockefeller that said that. So if you show and help other people to make money, it puts you in a great position to also increase your income. So if you look at big companies, they have a lot of employees, which means that they're leveraging off of other people's efforts to get things done and to be in profit. And in return, they pay for those efforts with the profits that they generate. So I used to trade my time for money, and I also used to have no time to do anything. So I would work, get paid on Thursdays or Fridays, and do it again. The typical rat race, so to speak. So the employers make part of 3% of the population. And unfortunately, the employees make part of the 97%, and that's the rest of the population. And don't you always notice that the 3% is always on top and the 97% is at the bottom? Wouldn't you want to be in the 3% but for yourself? Leveraging off of other people's ideas, helping other people make money, and improve your lifestyle? Just think about that for a second. Now, let me explain the difference between being self-employed versus being a business owner. So according to what I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is another book that I like also, is that being self-employed is like owning a job. So when you stop working, You actually stop getting some income. But if you're a business owner, you have systems in place. So you could physically not be there and it wouldn't stop your income. So if you think about the wealthiest people that you know, do they have people working for them at all? I think you agree between you and me right now that that answer is a yes. So that brings me into the third concept that I've learned inside that book, and it's other people's money. Now, isn't it interesting that all the 500 people that were interviews in the Think and Grow Rich book borrowed money to start their own business? Now, if you were to start your own home based business, OPM could also apply. You could put the startup fee on a credit card or borrow the bank's money to get started. So you would invest, break even, and then fall into profits. And when you find and hang with a mentor and people that are documented that help others get in profit, then you can do it too. So, in summary, we covered on OPI, and that was other people's ideas. And then I covered and shared OPE, which is other people's efforts. And then the last one was OPM, which was other people's money. And these are all concepts that I've learned inside Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you access to a free download for that book so that you too can go over all these concepts also. Now, remember when I said that you can take somebody else's idea, make it better, learn how to market the right way, and make a major impact in the world? Well, that is called marketing, and I want to take you back to the basics so that you can understand how marketing works. All right, so marketing 101. So you have someone that creates and manufactures a product, and then it gets passed on to a national distributor, and then the national distributor passes it over to a regional distributor, and then you have the local distributor that takes charge of it, and then it goes on to be at a retail shop, a retailer. And before it gets passed on to the customer's hands, just know that the national, regional, local, and retailer are all called middlemen. Have you ever heard of the middleman before? So I came to realize that, when a product is manufactured, that's 60% the price that you get it on, when it lands on a customer's hands, the markup for the price of that product is 60%. So whatever the price is or whatever it costs to create that product, 60% more was added on the price to be sold to a customer. Now, have you ever been to Walmart before? I'm pretty sure that you've been, and the creator of Walmart is Sam Walton. And what he did in his business model is that he cut out the regional and local distributor. So being a retailer, a huge retailer now today, he actually approached national distributors and he said, I want to get some products for my retail store. And they turned him down. And he said, well, it's too bad because I want to buy in really bulk quantities so that I can put in my stores, in my shops. And he actually made it work and they accepted. And this is why you see at Walmart that it says, save every day low price. So he gets, large quantities. He got large quantities of items from national distributors at a good price. And that's why he became the middleman without the regional and local distributor. Now, have you ever seen open to the public signs in front of large or big warehouses? That means that you probably heard or seen about Costco. Costco Wholesale, what they do is that, they have a big warehouse where they actually sell you products and you have to be a member with a $45 membership that you pay on a yearly basis. So it amazed me how, people don't really care to go shop in a warehouse where there's pallets and things piled up in there. So it's pretty awesome. And Costco also did the same thing. So they cut out the regional and local distributor, but they actually cut out the national distributor, so that they can directly get products from a company that manufactures products. So they really understood the concept, and they became the middleman, which was an increased profit for them, especially with the $45 membership that they charge for their customers. Well, the only difference is if you go there, you can't buy only one chocolate bar. You have to buy a box of 12, so you have to buy in bulk. Now, have you ever heard of Amazon? I'm pretty sure you did before, right? Now, Amazon is another company that really mastered the concept of marketing. They not only eliminated the national distributor in their business model, also taking products directly from manufacturers to get it to the customer because all the orders goes through them, but they hold no inventory at all. So they're not stacking on physical products in a warehouse or anything like that. So they're also the middleman between the manufacturers and the customers. The founder, Jeff Bezos, he's a real genius when it comes to that, because he was able to create a company that not only can supply a customer with the products that they want, but he's not holding no stocks of anything. He doesn't have no inventory of no products anywhere. And that's true marketing right there. Taking the idea of, say, for example, Costco, and make it better. That's exactly what he did. And I don't know if you know, but he has been known to have being able to generate up to $300 million per minute, as high as $300 million per minute. So just imagine for a second what that would do to your life if you were able to do that. Now that takes me to talk about you. How can you make money with a business model like that? So just imagine taking the same idea of Amazon, getting a product from a manufacturer, and then you put the money in your pockets, being the middleman for referring a product or selling a product to a customer. Don't you like the sound of that? In our pockets, in my pockets, in your pockets? Well, that's what's been possible with affiliate marketing. I don't know if you heard about affiliate marketing, but let me give you a quick definition of it so that you can understand what I'm talking about if you never heard about that. So affiliate marketing is the process of earning a commission by promoting other people's or other companies' products. So you find a product that you like, promote it to others, and earn a piece of the profit for each sale that you make. That's how you would make money with affiliate marketing. Wouldn't that be amazing? And what you have to do is that you have to catch trends. Have you ever heard the word trends before? Like one of my millionaire mentors say, a trend is like getting in front of a train that is going 80 miles per hour west. And trust me, if you get in front of that train, if you jump in front of it, you are going to go 80 miles per hour west, right? So your duty is to look for trends, and you don't have to be intelligent. You don't have to be good looking, and you don't have to have crazy work ethic when it comes to trends. And people, may disagree with what I'm about to say, but it also beats talent, beats skill, and beats experience, especially if you're not going to have to create a product and promote it to the right people to be in profit. Wouldn't that be amazing? Now, if you take a look at a company like Blockbuster that was really popular back in their days, what they did is they did not look for trends, and when Netflix came on, boom, they were swiped out. And let me talk a little bit about disruption and decentralization. And when you take a look at companies like Uber, I'm pretty sure that you heard about Uber before. They're the world's largest taxi company that owns no vehicle. Isn't that cool? And they make billions and billions of dollars doing that by using people with their own vehicles to provide services for them. That's pretty cool if you ask me. If you take a look at Facebook, which is the world's most popular social media platform, does Facebook create content for you? No. We have to go on there and make a post. So Mark Zuckerberg doesn't go on there and create posts for us. We have to go on there and post on our own things, right? So if you take a look at Alibaba, which is another version of Amazon, but in China, is the world's most valuable retailer also that has no inventory. And if you look at Airbnb, which is the world's largest accommodation provider, that owns no real estate. So it's all very interesting, but you're probably asking yourself, so how do I make money with all this? And that's exactly what I'm going to explain to you right now with the affiliate marketing model. And like I just said earlier, you have to be looking for trends. I'm pretty sure that you've heard the expression, the digital age. So what's trending right now is that you can have access to products that are digital. And what I mean by that is products that you can have access to instantly that are not physical, that you can download right to your computer and go through them right away. So you can own a digital product, right, and get resellers' rights to it so that when you get somebody else to buy it, you can get a percentage of that sale. But catch the trend here. You can own a digital product, get the resellers' rights for it, and when you get somebody else to buy, you make 100% of that sale, and that's called a commission. Either you get a percentage or 100%, but in today's day, right now, you can get the resellers' rights for a digital product and make 100% of the sale. Wouldn't that be cool? So just imagine you right there owning a digital product and you refer it to Joe. And now because Joe bought the product that you also own, the digital product, you make 100% of that sale. Now, if that digital product that you own is $100 and you have resellers' rights to that product, if you make 10 sales, well, that's $1,000 right there. And if that same digital product that you own is $1,000 and you get 10 people to buy it from you because you have the resellers' rights to that product, right? So 10 sales, you make $10,000. How amazing would that be? Now, quick question for you is, have you ever heard of PayPal? PayPal online is like a bank, is literally a bank that you use, but on the online space. And they don't really have a physical place that you go to, although they have, some ATM machines and you can get a card from them and everything, but is a really well-known company. And that's a trend right there where you can get, banking and transfers and funds and get paid online with a bank. And that is called PayPal. Right? So you can own, and that's a trend here. I still want you to follow me. So you can own a digital product, promote it with a proven method, get paid the same day, and help other people's make money. And if we look at the concept that we covered from the Think and Grow Rich book, that applies to other people's ideas, other people's money. And if you help somebody that you referred, so, in the previous example, you referred Joe to the digital product, so he owns it now. And, because he bought, you made 100% of the sale. So now you can help Joe do the same thing. So he would refer Thomas over there to buy that product. And just imagine that because Joe went ahead and referred someone, you get paid for that referral. Just imagine that. And now other people's efforts apply because you helped Joe, make a sale. And then because of that, you made some money. How amazing would that be? And the reason why I talked about PayPal is that when the sale comes in, it's in real time, paid the same day, and it goes into your PayPal bank account, which is an online bank, like I just mentioned, and that comes in real time. So in the bank, the same day that you generate the sale, and boom, you're in profit. How, amazing would your life be if you could get paid every day instead of waiting to get paid the next week for the work that you did today? Wouldn't that be amazing? And that's exactly, my friend, how I follow the trend with affiliate marketing, better known as top tier affiliate marketing, with what I've just explained. And you can do this too. So I want you to repeat after me. I can do this. You know why? Because for the longest time in my journey of making money online, and you're probably going to relate to this right now, is that I didn't get results. And the reason for that is because I didn't align myself with the right people that were documented, that I've helped people to make money online. So therefore, I didn't get the proper coaching. And you agree with me that if you were to go and play golf right now and become a professional, when you go with the best coaches that there is so that you can become a professional golf player, so if you were to put your kids in martial arts and you want them to become, the best of the best, when you go to the best coach that there is in martial arts for your kids, I think that makes sense, right? So you have to have access to a mentor, somebody that can show you a proven method for you to get results because they are actually getting results in what you want to accomplish. And the rule that I apply when it comes to this is the 10x rule that I've learned in Grant Cardone's book, The 10x Rule. And it goes as so. So you take your goal, say for example, you want to make $10,000 per month, you multiply that by 10, and that makes $100,000 per month, right? So you have to find someone that makes $100,000 per month. And if we're talking about affiliate marketing here, you have to find someone that makes $100,000 per month in affiliate marketing. And they also have to have at least 10 years of experience in what it is that you want to accomplish. And this is where the 10x rule applies. And the reason why I said earlier that you can do it too is because that's what I did. I've learned from someone that has been documented and helped others make money online. Therefore, that put me in a position to show others the same thing. And I know that's what you want to do. You want to be in a position to help others, improve your lifestyle, be debt free, have more happiness in your life, and tap into abundance so that you can have a better life, so that you can, say no less and say yes more, right? So I really appreciate your time. I value your time greatly. And that's why I want to thank you very much for watching this presentation. I'm going to have some gifts that I'm going to send to you if you get back to me. And I'm going to share those books with you. The Think and Grow Rich, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Science of Getting Rich, and even the 10X Rule if you'd like, so that you too can improve your mindset and the way that you think, so that you can also attract a better life for yourself by really going over the concepts that a lot of the wealthiest people on the planet applied in their life to become wealthy, right? So if you want to find out more about how you can get into affiliate marketing and utilize the model that I just explained, where you can own a digital product and get 100% commissions with a sale when you generate one, apply today, right now, by clicking the button below. And then we're going to see if you qualify to have a position to come in, get the coaching, get the mentoring that you need, get the access to a proven method that you can apply and implement to get results and to increase your income for the next days, weeks, or months to come. So go ahead, click the button below right now, apply, and possibly we're going to see you on the inside. So Billy Nellis here, signing out. Talk to you soon.